So here are some of the biggest scams that you as a job seeker really need to be worried about. There's a few of them out there. Some are more prevalent than others. The first one you really have to watch out for is the recruiter, and I use recruiter loosely because they're not really recruiting. They are a scammer reaching out to you and saying they have a job open for you. They'll follow up by asking you to send a resume, and then they will respond and say, "Oh, we'd love to submit you, but your resume needs to be ATS optimized." And then they will refer you to their AT optimization partner, to whom you'll pay a fee to supposedly optimize your resume so that you can be considered for this position. It's a complete scam. There's no position open. They're not considering you for anything. They're just trying to get you to pay them to optimize your resume. And it's not optimizing it for anything. First off, ATS optimization really isn't a thing, especially anymore, and I'll get into that in future videos. Secondly, no real recruiter will ever charge you to fix your resume, to optimize it for the ATS, or really for anything at all. The businesses are who pay us as recruiters. Candidates do not. So please don't fall for that scam. Another pretty common one these days is the email or text. I'll address the email first, that you'll receive from a recruiter supposedly at a big company like Amazon or Walmart or Target or some, a large corporation that you've heard of. And then their email address will be something like johnsmith.amazon@gmail.com. No real recruiter who works at one of those large corporations is going to be addressing you from an email address that's a Gmail. They're going to be coming from a corporate email address like Amazon.com, Target.com, Walmart.com, and so on. They're just phishing. They are a complete scammer. It's not real. And a lot of times they'll actually hijack someone's LinkedIn profile who maybe is actually working at one of those corporations, will include the picture and even the LinkedIn link at the bottom of this email, even though that person is not associated with the email. It's coming from a completely different person. They're going to either fish for personal information or eventually attempt to get you to pay for something similar to the ATS optimization scam I just mentioned. Don't fall for either one of those. If you get that email, I know it's tempting. It sounds like a great job a lot of the times, but just delete it. It's not real. Sometimes you'll get texts that are similar. And recruiters will text you, especially if they have your resume on file from maybe a previous application, but they should never be asking you for a bunch of personal information via text without ever having talked to you. A real recruiter may text you and reach out and say, "Hey, I've got a job opportunity for you. When do you have some time to connect and discuss it?" You need to get on a phone call. You need to understand who that recruiter is, how they got your resume and your phone number, right? And then do your due diligence. Look them up on LinkedIn, track them down, make sure they have a corporate email address, right? Give them your email, ask them to email you. Make sure they're coming from a corporate email address, not Gmail or Hotmail or something, to try to validate the reality of that person's job, right? And the job that they're saying that they have available for you. Those are probably the two biggest scams out there. Now, there's a whole nother set, of career coaches and resume writers who are also out there scamming people. There's some very, very good ones, reputable ones, and then there's a whole nother group who are going to try to charge you for something and basically just run your resume through ChatGPT or another AI tool and give it back to you and charge you $50 or $75 or $100 for it. If you are going to use a career coach or resume writer, do your research. Look them up on LinkedIn. See if they have their own website. Not everybody will, but they all should be on LinkedIn, and you should understand how they became a career coach or professional resume writer. Do they have experience hiring people? Have they ever worked as a recruiter? How do they know what to advise you to do in terms of your career or your resume and so on? If they can't validate that information, or their LinkedIn shows they've never been in a hiring position, or they've been a resume writer or career coach for the last 6 months or year, you need to really evaluate whether or not they have the expertise to be worth you paying. So really, do your research and don't fall for any of these scams.